The World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
In Los Angeles, two beautiful chess masters try to steal a high-stakes poker title. It might sound like a Hollywood movie, but not only is it true, it's happening tonight only on the WPT.
Well, the crowd all standing. He's circled his ring. Bare knuckles in the center of the ring. He needs the extreme miracle.
For 9 seasons, Commerce Casino has held Hollywood's biggest poker party, the WPT Invitational, an event where the stars not only have to look good on the red carpet, but they also need to shine on the green felt. In the past, celebrities like James Woods, Mimi Rogers, Ray Romano, Vince Vaughn, and even Paris Hilton have matched wits with some of the best professional poker players in the world. And this season was no exception, as WPT champs played alongside some famous Hollywood locals. But when it comes to the final table, pro players like Barry Greenstein, Freddie Deeb, and Phil Locke have dominated this event. But the WPT Invitational has also had some champs from outside the mainstream, including a charity auction winner and a Club WPT qualifier, LaRon Washington, who won his chance at this title for less than $20. And let's not forget, this event has, on occasion, been an historic one, as in Season 6, when Van Nguyen became the first woman to win a WPT title. But pro or amateur, Hollywood celeb or regular Joe, one thing has been a constant over the last 9 seasons. While the WPT Invitational starts off as a star-studded party, when the real money comes into sight, making the final table is serious business.
WPT Invitational.
Day one.
Day one.
Day one.
Day one.
In true Hollywood style, the night started with a walk down the red carpet, and the voice of the UFC Octagon kick-started the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Commerce Casino. It's time to take your seats on the green belt battlefield of champions. Let's shuffle up and deal.
Then it was time for the game to begin. Within minutes, Vince Van Patten would knock out one of the toughest celebrities on hand, UFC champ Randy Couture.
Does he get the eye knocked out, Randy?
Let's hit over.
You try to play a little more aggressively. Works in a cage. It doesn't work at a poker table.
While Randy Couture was left hanging out on the sidelines, the rest of the 482 invited pros and celebrities were having a great time.
Atmosphere is lively. It's a lot of fun.
And Melody White is feeding me roasted grapes. That's pretty good. It's like a zoo in here.
Good hand, buddy. Hey, look. See, that's what happens when you play that, okay?
Don't tell me you have 3. You got to show me if you have 4 or 5. If you have 4 or 5.
I don't have to do anything.
The WPT Invitational is the only WPT title ever captured by a woman, and the ladies were out in full force to take it down again.
Sitting next to a pretty girl like Tiffany, you get distracted playing poker.
Picture? No, it's a camera. I'm having fun.
Good hand. The WPT Invitational is fun, but it's also philanthropic, with players encouraged to rebuy in the first 4 levels, with all the proceeds going to help the less fortunate.
Well, I want to first thank all the players that are here today. Thanks to your rebuys tonight, we have raised over $95,000. I just heard that the WPT is going to throw in the last $4,700, making it even $100,000 for Christmas tonight. Thank you.
With the rebuy period over and the night progressing, both pros and celebrities started to get eliminated. What happened out there?
Jerry Yang, he owned my soul.
Well, for me, I was today like freaking when in my table, names that I recognize from TV, from the poker tournaments keep popping up. And I'm like, why are they sending the pros to my table?
And I just had it absolutely ball.
Oh, are you kidding me? I don't really enjoy being on camera, no offense, unless I'm playing a character. And see, that's a good sign right there. It's been It's divine intervention.
Is the light completely off now, or what?
It's good. This is good light for me. This is excellent light for me.
Soon the lights would be turned out on everyone as the day drew to a close, as it became apparent that the pros dominated day one. And it was the First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, at the top spot, with WPT champs Phil Locke and Barry Greenstein sitting in second and third.
This is the WPT Invitational.
Day 2.
Well, day 2. With the red carpet rolled up and the bar closed down, the mood of the room was a little more serious on day 2, as players were now in the hunt to make a WPT final table. Tournament director Matt Savage tried to bring a little Hollywood style to the day, but instead got some good-natured ribbing for it.
We're going to play this level, one more, we'll take 30 minutes after that. Shuffle up and deal.
He lost the bet for sure. You don't just wake up and say, I'm going to wear a spicy pink purple suit today.
Wait, before we do anything, I just want everyone at home to know that Matt said, please take it easy on the suit comments.
Meanwhile, chip leader and poker pro Linda Johnson kept raking in chips, but looked confused as Matt Savage tried to adjust his look. Although play was underway on day 2, Phil Locke, who ended day 1 second in chips, had yet to arrive. With Phil Locke's stack slowly getting blinded down, the rest of the field joined the battle to cash. Only the top 6 spots pay in this unique tournament, so the action and bust-outs started to come quickly.
I got robbed, baby. What am I going to say, you know what I mean? I'd rather get robbed at a poker game than they go over my house and rob me, you know what I mean?
Scotty was out, but Phil Locke's chips were still in. And Phil's best friend, Antonio Esfandiari, was running good, knocking out the grinder's brother, Eric Mizrachi. Then it was poker pro Mark Safe's turn to hit the highway as his pocket nines ran into the pocket jacks of actor Ashton Holmes. There was no Hollywood ending for Phil Locke. The former Invitational champ couldn't make it back to the tournament before his chip stack was eliminated in 24th place. Ironically, his highest WPT finish in 4 years, leaving 23 live players left looking to make it to the final table. The field still included WPT champs Barry Greenstein and Antonio Esfandiari, along with poker pro Dan Heimiller and actor Ashton Holmes. But closing in were 2 world-class chess players, Grandmaster Almira Skripchenko and Canadian women's chess champ Dinara Katsieva. One of the biggest hands of the night occurred when day 1 chip leader poker pro Linda Johnson was up against WSOP bracelet winner Belgian pro Davide Katai. Linda holding pocket jacks flopped a set, with Davide holding top pair with a queen kicker. The turn put 2 diamonds on the board. Betting all the way, Linda continues to fire. Sitting with a flush draw, Davide calls. King of diamonds on the river. Linda bets 100,000. Davide shoves all in. Linda calls to see her opponent got lucky with a runner-runner flush. Davide doubles up, and Linda is now sitting on a short stack. Antonio Esfandiari also started to sink when he ran into the aces of lawyer and part-time model Damon Schramm. Soon after, Antonio got some chips back as he won a race against Barry Greenstein, knocking Barry out in 14th place. With just a few chips left, day 1 chip leader Linda Johnson was dealt her final blow. Poker pro and Grandmaster chess champion Almira Skripchenko won a race against Linda's pocket sevens, knocking the First Lady of Poker out in 13th place. It was poker pro Dan Heimiller's turn as he found himself in a hand with Antonio. With the board showing straight and flush possibilities, Antonio leads out for 92,000. Dan thinks and shoves all in. Antonio calls, revealing he has pocket nines to Dan's pair of deuces. Antonio's looking good to double up and go all the way. The river comes a miracle too, giving Dan the winning hand and sending Antonio running out the door in 12th place. Ashton Holmes, the final celebrity standing, fell in 9th place thanks to Damon Schramm's ace-queen. In less than an hour, we would have 2 final eliminations, giving us a final table of players no one would have predicted at the start of day 2. A WSOP bracelet winner, 2 beautiful chess champions, a former WPT final tableist, a local commerce champ, and a fortunate amateur now find themselves about to fight for the honor of being named a World Poker Tour champion. The makeup of this final table turned out to be a surprise. In fact, our own Vince Van Patten started day 2 in 47th chip position, which was 1 spot ahead of poker pro Dan Heimiller, who started 48th in chips. and tonight is sitting at the final table. So, Mike, given the pace of this tournament, how do you see things playing out tonight?
Well, Kimberly, all 6 players are very close in chip count. The blinds are starting at 15 and 30,000, where the average chip stack is only just over 700,000. So that means we should expect fast and exciting play tonight with a lot of all-in bets.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. And as I mentioned in the Open, one of our final 6 players is not your average poker player. Almira Skripchenko is also an international master in chess, as well as a women's grandmaster. The question tonight is, can she translate her skills from the chessboard to the green felt? Standing by with Almira is the newest member of the WPT team, sideline reporter and well-respected tournament director, Matt Savage.
How are you going to use your chess playing ability to outsmart your opponents here tonight?
I think my opponents are very tough tonight, so I will try to observe, try to determine what are the betting patterns, how do they play, are they changing their strategies. So I think for the moment I will be patient and then adapt myself to the table.
Yeah, generally in an invitational you don't see a lot of professionals at the final table, but tonight's field is very tough. How is that going to impact your play?
Well, just to have to play better and better. It's a tough table, and no one is here by chance. So everyone worked through the very tough field. So just have to give the best of yourself.
All right, well, good luck to you tonight.
Thank you so much.
We are just about ready to start the final table of the WPT Invitational here at Commerce Casino. Mike and Vince will be back with the call of the game, brought to you by ClubWPT.com right after this.
Thank goodness I almost wore my blue dress tonight.
I love doing General Hospital.
Rough them up for me.
I'm Melissa Grace. We're the Royal Flush Girls. Welcome back to the WPT Invitational.
Brought to you by ClubWPT.com. We're just moments away from the start of the final table here at the Commerce Casino.
And tonight's players outlasted a field of 482, and it looks like they're all ready to battle for tonight's title, including our chip leader, Damon Schramm. Now, Damon